god, that was close. Mara. Oh no!
Oh my god, are you okay?
Mara, what channel is the stream on?
Mine!
Hey, just double checking. You cleared your calendar for dinner tomorrow night, right? I'm dying to go to that new place. Like, I can't. Oh, sorry. Dinner tomorrow? Me. Yeah! Okay.
Welcome everyone. Eventually, Steph will return. We have our alcohol. So, like, for those who are new to these streams, basically, we say $50 super chats because we want basically, like, so we don't get plastered during the stream. But if you send us, like, at least a $20 super chat, I will take a shot of my Bloody Mary mix because it has been a fucking weekend for me. Holy bitch. That's what I'm gonna say to that. For those who were not watching my Friday stream, my Friday gaming stream. I received a 7-day suspension on Twitch for dropping quite emphatically a bunch of gamer words. So I was playing Battlefield 6 with Stefan Disparu, and I've said these words before multiple times, and now I was hit. So I posted on Twitter, well, X. I posted on okay, Geo saying cow. All right. That's, not nice to speak of your mom like that. Anyway, dropped the gamer words and received the suspension. Right? And I posted on X. But pretty much like, double standards. Like, Hassan's able to do this. Thoughts are able to do this. And so forth. But I drop a gamer word here into, and then I receive a suspension. And not only do I receive a suspension, I was looking through the email, and also this violation stays on my account for a year before it automatically expires. So pretty much for the next year, I have to tiptoe, like I'm walking on eggshells, streaming on Twitch. Because the violation will stay there until October 18th of 2026. So yeah, not only do I get a suspension, the violation stays on my account. Hassan can zap his dog with a shock collar. All right, he can call for deaths of numerous people who oppose, who have a different opinion from him. Like I said, thoughts can fully sexualize themselves on stream, basically, to get money from simps and so forth, but bad words are a no-no, apparently. That's what I've been dealing with. And then I posted that on Twitter. I didn't expect the post to blow up at fucking all, but apparently it did. And that, because it blew up a little bit, it drew... Okay, I'm gonna drop the game word I used. It drew the fags like a little fucking, retarded moths to a flame. So for the whole weekend... Not like they weren't as bad as the Birds of Prey days or anything like that necessarily, but they were completely ignoring the whole point of my post of it being a double standard and going, well, you shouldn't say slurs, that's why you're banned, duh. And I'm like, this is why some kids should be held back. This is why some kids should fail in school. All right, the whole child left behind, the whole that whole bullshit needs to go away. So because some children need to be left behind, they need to be fully fucking abandoned for all I fucking care. But some need to be left behind because they are too stupid to function in society. So, whatever. So, but there it is. You have the Twitch CEO at last year's TwitchCon dropping a woman on her head, and you have him blaming society like everyone else, but where the blame should go for this year's TwitchCon when you had a streamer be assaulted by a stranger at a meet and greet. blaming everyone else. The fact how that man still has a fucking job, I'll never know. But anyway, when Steph is gone to get her alcohol, I have mine. Yeah, it's kind of shiny, basically. But I figure for October, Bloody Mary, like the Legend of Bloody Mary, works. And for Super Chats, like I said, I will take a shot. I think I might even drink straight from the can. I don't think, at this point, the sky's the fucking limit.
How feminine.
But we have a few things to talk about. It's not exactly been a slow week necessarily, but it hasn't exactly been all of this news dropping this week sort of situation. So
I got my wine.
Before I say hello to the chat, Steph, whenever you go on camera, you can let everybody know all about you and where to find you.
I'm a circle.
Do you want me to make you a rectangle so
I'm a blueberry. Look.
There. Now that you'll live with it, we're blueberries.
No, I don't want to be.
Blueberries. We're circles like blueberries.
Circle, Mara. You can find me over on my YouTube channel, My Nerdy Home, X, and Instagram. That's where you can find me. And I got one. I poured myself a big glass, so I was just like, you know what? If I wanted to, I would put it all the way at the top. But I think a little over half is pretty good because this is a gigantic wine glass. I think it was Tara Crystal who sent it to me. I think, but it has my name on it, and then on the back it says Jesus touched my water.
All right. But again, welcome everyone. So I have my alcohol. She has hers. We have a few things to talk about. Possibility. Well, James Gunn has come out and described the upcoming Supergirl movie as basically like Guardians of the Galaxy. So he's compared the upcoming Supergirl movie, a DC property, to the Marvel property, which.
Of course.
He instead of focusing solely on the character, he has to make it an ensemble film because he can't do anything else. He's a one-note failing upwards hack. Anyway, there's also a rumor going around, that if Skydance buying Warner Brothers Discovery could likely lead to the ouster of David Zaslav and James Gunn. Like I said, it's just a rumor. There's nothing definite, but it is speculation, because Warner Brothers is not in the best place. They put themselves there. They fucking put themselves there, so they have no one else to blame but themselves. The only smart decision David Zaslav ever fucking made in his tenure was shelving the Batgirl movie. That's it. That's pretty much fucking it. That's the only real smart decision he made. Everything else shows that he and James Gunn should be nowhere fucking near the DC property. Mm-hmm. Anyway, we also have little box office articles for this past weekend to include how basically Leonardo DiCaprio's One Battle After Another. You could, I guess, safely say he's no longer a box office draw. Is projected to lose $100 million theatrically, as Smashing Machine and others also struggle to do oversized budgets. So no movie has really done well this past weekend, because the only real horror movie that came out was Black Phone 2, a remake that did not need to be made at all. But after Lightyear controversy, Snoop Dogg added Gay Couple's new song to animated kids show, so he's bending the knee. No shocker there. After justifiably wondering why, about a gay couple in Buzz Lightyear and how, his nephew was asking those questions because of that, and things didn't make any sense in that movie, and so now he's bending the knee again. And finally, the article I have, which for those who are George Romero fans, his daughter, because I brought this up another time, is making a Queens of the Living Dead, basically. Queens of the Living Dead, basically a big gay zombie romp, because quotes, according to her, I just feel like the gays need a zombie film. Then fucking put a gay character in the zombie film. Zombies are one of the best equal opportunity horror films. They eat everyone. They eat everyone. Put a gay character in there. No one fucking cares. But she feels the gays need a zombie film. Basically, they need to be represented. They need to be represented because only straight people were getting eaten in zombie films, and that is just homophobic. They need to be eaten too, people. They need to be eaten too. So yeah. But anyway, from the top, I see Trey. So yeah, bring on the cringe. We will be talking about that. Mike Hill, hello. Anthony, what is up? Yes, this is my PayPal. So if you choose, like I said, it's appreciated but not expected. If you choose to want to send like a direct donation instead of through YouTube, this is my PayPal. So it's much appreciated. $1.99 super sticker from Mr. Tex. Just thanks with the heart. Thank you so much, Mr. Tex. Much appreciated. Turbo Phil, hello. You missed Awk Nerd. I spelled talk correctly. So you misses Awk Nerdy already. Last Toxic Mail. Good to see you. Tommy Doyle, what is up? Psychotic Mongoose, yep. Steph rated the channel. Yeah. Hello, Capinova.
Yeah, I did.
Sergeant Garatina, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Hello, good to see you. Your boy Craig. I know Jade Shadow is tired of seeing a white tee, so I'm here without a tee. You always are. Your boy Craig. Hello, Gravy. Good to see you. Gaming or what? Hello. Steph will teach Marabot to go prone. Yes, she will. Yep, got a lot of fans on Twitter. So I don't know how I attract them. Hey, the Lord, what is up? Raging Rhino, they missed you on Flashcast yesterday.
Rhino.
Or is it known now Fashcast? Like fascists? Or what?
What?
Or fashion or what? Like which fash is like? He says Fashcast. What's the inside joke there? All right, moving on.
I have no idea. Are you asking me?
Yeah, because he says.
Oh yeah, I have no idea.
I'm asking you.
Flashcast or now Fashcast. I have no idea.
I was like,
yeah. He said I missed you. So I mean, I was there for like 2 minutes because, I was busy, and I was going to be late. And then once I got in, my internet had a hiccup.
Tisper was like, who else would you be talking to? Well, at that point, it was myself. And myself was not even responding to me as well. So I
was reading something, but I thought you were talking to. I heard you talking to Rhino, so I was just like, oh, maybe she's asking Rhino.
Well, maybe if he knows, he can tell us if he's still in the chat.
Steph had 1,000-yard stare from playing Battlefield. Oh my gosh, this is totally like what we were. Did you play that thing that I made for you?
The dinner one?
Dinner?
Yeah. Beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. I was just like, are you talking to me?
Here, I'll play it again. I'll play it again for anyone who's coming in, like just now.
Hey, just double checking. You cleared your calendar for dinner tomorrow night, right? I'm dying to go to that new place. Like, I can't. Oh, sorry. Dinner tomorrow. Me. Yeah! Okay.
That's pretty much it.
I swear. I just had that. I was just staring off into space.
Everyone full Millennium Mac, pretty much.
Who did?
What?
Who did?
Me. on X. Really, just to piss them off. Really, just to piss them off.
Yeah. Listen, I told her to stop.
I know. I'm going to like. I know they're going to go silent because even they had to begrudgingly admit, like, this is not reality once tomorrow hits. And they have to go back to actual reality. And dude, I'm just gonna mute the conversation because I'm like, oh my, like, it's just.
I'm going to defend Mara in this situation. Okay, I think that this is the first time, right? Yeah, that one of your tweets has like taken off and you've gotten so much interaction
No,
on it.
it's not the first time.
Isn't
This was
it?
the first time this recently, I think this year, but not the
Yeah.
first time.
And so she was just like, what? I was like, Mara, stop it.
Because
Mara,
all I
stop
did was
it.
post, like, when's Twitch going to admit their bias? And I'm expecting maybe like a couple hundred likes at best. It's not even stopping getting likes. I'm not even trying to like brag or anything, but it's like reached almost 7,000 likes. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, all I asked was like, is Twitch ever going to admit their bias? And
Just leave it alone. You're fine. Just leave it alone.
that's just all I asked. I was like, I was not expecting it to take off as it did.
Yeah. So
I do well at Borderlands.
give her a pass. She didn't get it.
So I'll be playing Borderlands tomorrow on YouTube and Kick, since I mentioned I am I have a 7-day suspension on Twitch. So if you're watching on Twitch, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to watch on either YouTube or Kick. So hello, Jaluk.
Jaluk.
So yeah, I'm catching up with the chat. Yeah, so basically the violation stays on my my Twitch, my accounts for a year. Pretty much Optimus. Like, I don't know why Amazon hasn't gone in and cleaned house. But then again, they hired people like Jennifer Salk, who basically, it was instrumental into the butchering of Tolkien's work. So, but I don't know why. Like, if Elon Musk would allow people to stream through X without having to pay monthly to be able to do so, I would drop Twitch in a heartbeat. I would drop Twitch in a heartbeat and stream to YouTube, Kick, and X. But since you can't, I'm not going to do that, because I would have to up my plan on Restream to just be able to do that, plus pay the monthly fee to be able to do so. And no, I'm sorry. Elon can kiss my ass. I'm not going to do it. So, if I miss anyone, I do apologize, because this chat jumps on me a little bit. Yeah, but meanie words, though. Yeah, he fails upwards some fucking how. Start drinking until I do a handstand. Start sending a super chat. Eventually, I'll get there. Let's see. As opposed to Superman was just Guardians of the Metropolis. Yeah, pretty much. It pretty much was. Tarot Destroyer. Well, I'm not going to bother answering this question. You got to figure it out for yourself.
Sherlock says they only ban his people, or they only ban Hassan when people raise hell about it, and then they ban him on his day off. Yeah, on a Sunday.
Yeah, pretty much.
Doesn't stream anyways.
Jade, hello, Phil. Jade Shadow must be made of kyber crystal because you're the light that powers my world, and if Steph were a pizza, she'd be supreme. Especially if she had ketchup as the topping.
Ew.
I do not understand. I do not understand your on pizza. I just don't know.
Wait, is that Philip?
Yeah.
He changed his name. Philip.
Yeah.
That's the only
never
one.
understood that.
Because of ketchup. He's the only one that I know who puts ketchup on pizza.
Yeah.
Gross.
I've never understood that. It did real twist from the first one, but still, like, it doesn't justify that's not enough to justify its existence. Watch Beardo eat waffles if you want a horror. Fucking hell.
Can you believe, like, the way he was cutting his waffles? Like, so dainty.
I've been watching let's see. I've been watching The Woman in Black 2, Angel of Death. This is basically the sequel to the 2012 movie. So I've been watching that. I've been watching Talk to Me, Boogeyman. So I'm gonna start watching classic horror movies closer to Halloween. Let's see. The trailer was crap. Well, we're gonna talk. We won't really be watching the trailer, but we'll be talking about what George Romero's daughter has said. So what parts will they eat? Well, they're equal opportunity. So, I mean, depends on if parts are still intact or not. Meaning, if they are, of the tranny persuasion, if they've kept their original parts or not. So, it's one of those kind of philosophical questions, basically. You have to ask yourself when it comes to zombies and eating gay people, apparently. Let's see. Yeah, here's just brew. Tony, what is up? Well, if you could still watch me on Twitch, I have a sound alert on my Twitch accounts that says "stupid woman," but you will never get to play that, or at least not this week. So. Eventually, we'll get through this chat. Mara and Max should wrestle. Yep. Talking about my post. Yes, it did. I know, but I'm saying, I would stream to X if I didn't have to pay a monthly, subscription to be able to do, something as live streaming, as well as something simple as being able to edit my own post. Actually, I have done streams, I should say, not entirely played entire games, but I have done streams where it's if I reach a certain goal or whatever, then I will wear a bikini. Now it's getting too cold to do so, but I have done it, actually. So, to correct you there, I have done it. Final super chat from Mike Noss. After the inevitable end of Guns DCU, what would you want? Standalone films, a break for a few years. Break. Give us a break. We do not need a movie a year. Take your time. Set up a plan, an actual plan where it's okay, we're going to do this movie, then this movie, then this movie, and each movie is basically an overarching story. Plan it out. Get a 5-year plan going, a 10-year plan going, basically, but take a few years off. That's what I want. Take a few years off. We can live without a DC film for a few years. So that's my opinion. Steph, what would you say if they were to reboot the DCU?
It's too early. I don't think that I think that Gunn needs to not surround himself with yes people, and realize that not everything that he does is not magic. It's perfection. I actually watched Superman again last night, and with some people that were waiting for it to be on streaming,
Mm-hmm.
And when they were just how come Superman is so weak?
Even normies are he's supposed to be the strongest superhero.
Completely just how come Superman's so weak? One of them was just how come Superman's a bitch? They literally were how come he's a bitch? He's always on the floor. He's always laying down. When we first saw him, he was crying because the dog was hurting him. So if you like this version of Superman, that's totally fine. But yeah, it's just a weak Superman. And it is a weak. They say it many times throughout the film that he is not at full power. He's not at 100%. I think for most of the movie, he was at 80 something %.
Mm-hmm.
And
doesn't make
yeah,
any sense because
he's
he's out in
very
the sun.
weak superhero. And then to
Which
follow
doesn't
that
make
up
any
with,
sense because he gets healed by the sun. He gets his power basically.
well, when he at the beginning of the movie, he got healed by the sun, and as he's walking away, the little robot Gary was like, "Sir, you're only at like 89 capacity or whatever."
Yeah,
He's
but
like,
I'm
"It'll
saying
last
like after
you."
that, he's walking
Uh,
around in the sun. So it
No,
doesn't
but
matter if he's
yeah,
Clark Kent or
but he
Superman.
was
He's walking
also
around in the sun. He's getting his powers back.
incapacitated he was also incapacitated in the where the place where what's his name? Lex put all of the people, and he wasn't revived by the sun. It was just something that was kind of like the sun.
No, but then he's out in the sun fighting. So it's like every time
yeah, but
he's fighting, he's out in the sun.
he's not at 100. He was never at 100 the entire movie.
I know. I'm saying like at least I know like about Superman is like he's out in the sun. He starts to get like pretty rapidly getting his powers back, but they kept him purposely weak because
because they wanted to make him
not
seem
relatable
human.
when he's like at 100 at 100%.
It's not relatable. They wanted to make him appear human. So and relatable, and I think that's why a lot of people liked it because I can finally relate to Superman. He's finally like he's finally like human. I get scared. I make mistakes. You know, his whole speech at the very end was about I'm human.
I'm just as human as you. Like, you're not. You're Kryptonian. You were raised by humans. You see yourself as human.
But anyways, like back to James Gunn. I think that he should play more of a Kevin Feige sort of role. Hire people that are going to do a good job, that know the properties, that know the characters. Don't do it all yourself because clearly you don't understand them. You only understood Superman through Krypto's point of view. Like it's a mess. I think that like if he does that, if he like lets go of the reins, he's a control freak. If he lets go of the reins, maybe hires the right people to come in and work. The person I think that's writing Wonder Woman right now has only written like 2 stage plays or something like that, and she's now writing like 3 major DC projects. Why? I feel like everybody who he hires,
why, because the power of the uterus. That's why.
Well, I feel like everyone he hires knows him in some capacity. So he's doing a lot of favors, right?
Yeah,
he's doing a lot of people favors in this, and he needs to stop doing that. Just hire the right people that know the stuff, that know.
Yeah, but that's why it's like if they get the boot, then then whoever takes over Warner Brothers needs to take a few years off for making DC.
I don't know if they like doing another reset would damage it. It would completely damage the DC brand. It would completely damage it. So no, I don't think we should stop and wait like years and years and then reboot it again. I think that he just needs to stop being such a control freak. Hire the right people to write the correct stories.
He's never going to. That's the thing.
He's never going to do that. But I mean, it's a hypothetical question. What do you think he should do? That's what I think. I think he should
go. I think he should go. In an ideal world, they would not reboot DC, but we live in reality, and I know they are. So I know, like, whoever takes over Warner Bros. Is inevitably going to reboot the franchise because Marvel's still going. So they're going to want DC to keep going. But whoever takes over it, I would say because we can't say ideally, in reality speaking, needs to take at least a few years off and actually plan out the overarching story. Where do you want to start with Superman? Where do you want to start with Batman? Where do you want to start with all these other characters? And so forth. We don't need origin movies. We know the origins of most of these characters. All right, we know the origins. All right, but have an overarching story. However, like I said, we don't live in an ideal world. I do not see James Gunn going anywhere anytime soon. He's not going to stop surrounding himself with yes men. He's not going to stop demonstrating blatant nepotism in his fucking casting choices.
Yeah.
So, like, DC is pretty much fucked. And to answer your question, Mr. T, I would be so fucking tempted if it means I could drop Twitch.
Mara.
And I didn't have to like be sexual or anything. I could just stream games, basically. I would be so tempted. That means I could drop Twitch. Do not give me that side eye, woman. You were pimping out my feet earlier, wanting me to post my feet.
That's a joke, Mara. I'm joking. You're being serious, Mara.
After what Twitch did, yeah, I'm kind of being semi-serious.
And no, who's writing Clayface? It's not James Gunn. James Gunn isn't writing Clayface.
No, he's
It's,
not involved with
Mike
Clayface.
Mike
That's through like
Flanagan.
Reeves' Batman universe, right? Or is
Matt
it-
Reeves
is
isn't
still-
writing it. He's just producing it. James Gunn is just
Okay.
producing it. It's a completely different. It's like two writers. Mike
Okay.
Flanagan is one of them. I don't know who the other one is, but he's not writing it.
All right. Oh, Kick. If there's one positive thing I can say about Kick, or there's a couple positive things I can say about Kick, even though Kick is not much better overall than Twitch, is that they don't do what Twitch did, basically. So, thank you for the 10 gifted memberships, gaming or what. I'm gonna take a swig of Bloody Mary mix because you know what? I think I need it.
Mr. T says I have no faith in Matt Reeves either. Hated the Batman. I actually like the Batman. I hated the end of the Batman. The last like half hour sucked.
So Bloody Mary,
and
Bloody
then
Mary.
Of course, like Catwoman had to say that one thing, but for the about privilege. But other than that, I like the feel of it. I like the world. It's really cool. And we didn't get to see. We saw a little bit of what's his name, Robert Pattinson playing Bruce Wayne, and the relationship between him and Alfred is very different than what we've are used to seeing. So I think that in the Batman 2, I'm going to make my judgment on his playing Bruce Wayne based on that, because this is just supposed to be see him as Batman, early years of Batman. So he's still young, still working on it, still has a lot of damage. I think that in the next one, I'm wondering how his Bruce Wayne will develop. I want to see his Bruce Wayne develop, because right now we just saw him as Batman, as being a detective, and so I liked what I saw, but I didn't like the Riddler's whole thing where he's like a Reddit weirdo. I hated that.
4chan weirdo, pretty much.
Yeah, 4chan weirdo. I hated that. I liked.
Sorry for missing ID Agent Corey. Good to see you.
They made the Riddler an incel. Yeah, I hated that. I completely hated the ending of it. I thought it was really cool taking the. I thought it was. I was like, okay, well, I mean, if we're gonna do the Riddler, this is a neat way to do it. Have him be sort of like a serial killer type thing with like his own agenda, leaving clues and riddles. That was cool. And then they completely went to he's a 4chan weirdo. I hated that part. Completely hated it. Did not like that way.
So, oh yeah, when I received the Twitch suspension, I was also streaming on YouTube and Kick, and I still have my Kick up. I can still stream there. I just can't do it to Twitch. When's the Halloween watch along? Well, I don't know about Steph. On actual Halloween, I cannot do a watch along, but on my Discord this coming Saturday, I will be doing a watch along of Hellraiser. So that's what I'll be doing at least this Saturday. Seeing horror movies? Well, like I said, I watched The Woman in Black, 2, Angel of Death, Talk to Me, The Boogeyman. So I watched Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors last night. Fuck no ketchup on pizza. Yeah, people are like, against ketchup on pizza. Hey, Mike Knotts, hello. Beardo Dainty. John Connors, hello. I treat ketchup like pineapple. It ain't bad, but not on my pie. Yeah, I basically to each their own. But pineapple is, I'm willing to try that on pizza. Ketchup is like, it's already a tomato-based product with the sauce, basically. So why are you adding another tomato-based product on top of the existing tomato-based product?
And something that is so salty. Ew.
So it just makes no sense to me. I'll check it out. I wasn't exactly impressed with the third one. The devil made me do it, but I'll check out the Last Rites one to see what it's like. Should be coming to streaming pretty soon. $5 super chat from Gravy. Thank you so much, Melanie Mara. When are you and your F slurs going to join Quartercast? When he starts paying me $500 a stream. Pretty much, isn't that what he does?
I have no idea.
I think that's what he does. Basically, he pays his females to be on his stream, like $500 a piece. Yeah, like each stream. So.
Don't know.
I just use a heater, Mara. So
oh my
we'll
gosh,
see.
these are so cute. I said that out loud, didn't I?
Yeah, no, you are. You're looking at me like, oh my god, these are so cute.
Oops.
So, yeah, it's far too early. So like,
yeah, it's way too early to reboot. Way too early to reboot.
James Gunn doesn't get comic book characters, period. Like he even ruined people didn't really notice because the Guardians of the Galaxy is not exactly a well-known storyline within the Marvel comics. So not too many people knew the characters enough. Like, most of the people watching the movie, at least the first one, were normies. But I was pointing out on X that even but those who did know the characters were saying he fucked them up royally. So he got away with those because they're not as well known. However, I don't think he doesn't know any characters, period. So he knows nothing. He just failed upwards somehow. Well, he gets healed from the sun, and he was walking around under the Earth's sun just about the entire movie. But somehow he was always beaten down to less than 100%, so that way he could be relatable. So it's not like it's a battery, but it's like his power is kind of like a battery, where he's when he's at 100%, but he should be healed to 100% by walking around under the Earth's sun, which he did the entire damn movie. So Sean Gunn, his wife, he casts like he's full on nepotism. That and the fact Lex had a pocket dimension out of nowhere and somehow perfectly cloned
pocket dimension. That's what it was called.
Yeah, pocket dimension. There was explanation. It was a retarded explanation, but this is the explanation that somehow after one of Superman's battles, right after one of his fights, Lex somehow fucking found one of Superman's hairs, one hair, basically, and was able to clone Kryptonian genetics.
Yeah.
Explain that to me. One hair. He found one hair, was able to determine that it was not human, and was able to clone Kryptonian genetics.
Yeah.
That's why Ultraman made no fucking sense. Ultraman should have been his own character, which is what he is in the comics. He's his own character. He has the same powers as Superman, but he's not a fucking clone of Superman. That was so fucking retarded. Anyway, moving on. Gotta get through this chat. chat. This is crazy chat. We gotta get through this so we can get to the articles. So if I missed anything, I do apologize, but we do have to get to. They failed. They tried to make his Riddler as a Zodiac killer. They tried and failed. Because the Zodiac killer, he was actually even though it's not really known for sure who it was, he was still menacing. He still instilled fear. It was the unknown, not knowing who was behind the mask, not knowing who was doing it. It was that apprehension. And then once he was he's just a 4chan fuck. That's what it turned out to be. If they had gotten rid of the 4chan shit, it could have worked. So. But anyway, so let's get to these articles. So since we've been talking about James Gunn, all right, so let's talk a little bit about James Gunn. All right. So, anyone looking forward to the Supergirl movie coming up? Because this is what he says about his upcoming Supergirl movie. It'll be a space adventure, like Guardians of the Galaxy, which means it'll be another fucking ensemble film. There's no way you could do a space adventure with just Supergirl and not make it an ensemble film.
Well, she's going to be partnered with Lobo. Jason Momoa. And she's gonna have crypto.
Make
'Cause
that
she
make,
took
make
crypto.
that make that make sense to me.
What?
Make that make sense to me. Why she would be paired with that and not, let's say, Superman.
Because Superman doesn't go off and party on planets with red suns. That's why. He's busy on Earth.
You know what?
You know?
You do realize, well, I'm not saying you, but when I say you do realize, I'm saying it just in general, that once she re-enters Earth's atmosphere and is under Earth's sun,
Yes.
she would no longer be drunk.
Yes.
That's kind of how the Kryptonian healing works, basically. She would no longer be drunk. She would not have staggered in, wondering why he moved the door. She'd be sober. Once she hit Earth's atmosphere, she'd be sober.
I mean, unless she, was flying so fast that she was able to continue to be drunk.
Don't try to explain that shit. Don't try
I'm
to find
trying.
Don't try to just don't. It doesn't.
She was drunk while
Flying
while drunk.
Well, see, that's what he says. I've read that. That's what he claims, but I don't believe a damn fucking thing James Gunn says. That's what I'm saying.
I've said that I've heard and I've seen that it's based off of that, and I've also seen that the storyline is going to be her. The reason why she goes off to red suns and gets drunk is because she's dealing with the death of her planet, with the death of her people, and that's why she's going through all of that, or that's why she's doing all of that. And so that's what the movie is going to be about. It's going to be about her coming to terms with the death of Krypton, with the fact that her and Clark are the only ones left. The death of her family, because she was older than Clark when all of that happened, so she has memories of it and stuff. So that's what
did James Gunn say that? Because James Gunn also indicated that why would she have memories of Krypton? She's younger than Clark. She's younger than Kal-El. He's that fucking moron said that. So in the comics, you're right. She is older than Kal-El.
She's older.
She is older. Yeah, she just looks younger because she was in suspended animation for longer because he landed on Earth before she did. So she
I don't know.
aged
Maybe
more.
he's not. Maybe she would have known. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't know because he's not the one writing the script, but she would have memories of that.
So I think James Gunn is just a fucking moron. I think he doesn't know. He doesn't know anything at all about these characters. He had to go to the worst source of information at DC Comics to talk about Superman, and he's saying that fallacy when it comes to Supergirl.
Yeah.
There's no way she would have been younger than Kal-El. She would have been close to the same age than him, basically. Close to the same age. But she would not be younger. There's no way she could be necessarily younger, because that would mean she'd have been born after Krypton died. So she has to be older. She just looks younger.
Yeah. I'm 100% on board, or not on board, but agree. I 100% agree with Topher in chat. Says there's no sense of a larger story being set up, and he's absolutely right. There is no at the very least with the phase 1 of Marvel, there was something that was being set up, the Avengers Initiative. It was all leading up to the Avengers. This isn't leading up to anything. There's no larger story that's being told. There's no larger threat that's coming. Nothing like that is being set up in this world. I feel like everything, even though we have DCU, and then you have those offshoot movies like Joker 2, the Batman, that's being considered. What is it being considered? I can't remember what it's called. Elseworld stories.
Elseworlds.
Yeah,
they generally call them Elseworld stories. So
there's no larger story, overarching story that's being told or being set up in this. It's more of everybody gets their own thing, and then you have cameos that happen. With Peacemaker, I think they changed the ending of something, and I don't know because I can't, or because I haven't watched none of Peacemaker, nothing at all from Peacemaker, but I did see two alternate clips, one that had the Justice League from the DCEU in it, and then they changed it, they retconned it to have the Justice Gang along with Superman in it. So they are, you know, they're having like little cameos, and even what's his name, John Cena's Peacemaker cameoed in the Superman movie. You know, so like we're getting like little cameos, but I don't think that there's like an overarching story, that it's not leading to anything. It's just all of these independent movies that are under the DCU umbrella, and TV shows, because Peacemaker was a TV show that's under the DCU umbrella, that are, I guess, relying on one, James Gunn's Guardians, because everything is now like Guardians, and two, cameos. They're just like cameoing in all of these different projects, and I don't think that is going to carry the DCU for very long. It's not going to carry it for very long. You know, he can't ride the Guardians train forever. You know, fans only have so much goodwill, right? And I think that Peacemaker sort of lost a lot of goodwill, especially you see the ratings of Peacemaker completely went down. And it was like lower than last year's finale, and I think that like they also lost a lot of their viewership from episode 1 to the finale. So a lot of that goodwill is being gone, and I don't think that James Gunn can sort of coast on Guardians for very long. I think a lot of goodwill is being given to James Gunn because a lot of people like the Guardians trilogy. You know, they like the Suicide Squad movie that he did with DC. And so they're just like, I like James Gunn, I liked Guardians, and I like the Suicide Squad movie. So I'm on board. Let's see what he comes up with. Let's see what he does. And when he says it like everything is just like Guardians, then what are you doing? What's happening? You know, I think that Superman movie should have been a Superman movie. It shouldn't have been a Justice Gang movie, you know, and Superman sort of sidelined in his own movie, depowered and human. And same thing with the Supergirl movie. If we're going to have a Supergirl movie, it shouldn't be like Guardians. And James Gunn's just like, it's like Guardians. It shouldn't be like Guardians. It's a Supergirl movie. It shouldn't be an ensemble movie. It should be a Supergirl movie.
The only time it should be an ensemble movie is if you're bringing, like, you're actually setting up the Justice League.
Well, the only time it should be an ensemble movie is when it's an ensemble movie, like the.
No, I'm saying it's like when you're leading the story up to an actual ensemble movie, and that is like the Justice League, basically.
Yeah, like it should
the Green
be
Lantern, the Green Lantern Corps, or something, where it's an actual ensemble film.
Like imagine Iron Man came out and it was just a team up movie, and it wasn't about Tony Stark's Iron Man. That whole movie focused on Iron Man. Same with Captain America. That whole movie focused on Captain America. There was nothing else that would take your attention away from it being Captain America's movie. Even Ant-Man, even the Ant-Man movie, there was nothing pulling focus from the fact that it was an Ant-Man movie. So like when you have these movies that have like an ensemble, and your superheroes, your main characters, basically sidelined, can you call it that?
No, you can't.
Essentially,
no, that's not a Superman movie. That's a
Justice Gang movie.
It was a Justice Gang movie. It was Justice Gang movie with Superman in it. That's what the movie amounted to. That's what where the focus shifted. It shifted away from the actual title character and made it and pushed him into the background, the Justice Gang into the foreground, and in doing so, boosted the Justice Gang and, how do I put this? Nerfed Superman.
Well, I think that Superman was always going to be nerfed. Regardless, I honestly do. I honestly think that Superman was originally planned. I think that they were originally, that they were always going to nerf that character. They were always going to try and humanize that character. They were always going to depower that character. Because for whatever reason, James Gunn can't write outside of his own experiences, you know, his own point of view. He can't imagine like this all-powerful being coming down and being all-powerful, right? He can't imagine something like that. So he has to nerf that character. So regardless of whether or not the Justice Gang was in the movie, I think that character was always planning on nerfing that character, on depowering that character and making him more relatable. And in order to do that, he had to make him more human, which is ridiculous. But I do want to share something, Mar, really quickly. Can I share something?
Yeah.
Because we're on the topic of James Gunn. So I do want to share this right here. These are These are 5 DC characters James Gunn should have no creative involvement with.
It should be the entire DC slate, the entire DC roster to go on. What 5 characters?
These are 5 characters, which, by the way, if you guys aren't aware, I'm going to make a little announcement. Geeks and Gamers did sort of combine with that Park Place. So we're working with all of those writers. You can find all of those articles here on geeksgamers.com. So just a little announcement. If you have not heard yet, I know that I always pull up that Park Place articles. So now we have a lot of their writers are going to be sort of putting it all on this website. But anyways, 5 characters. Let's see. Look at this photo that they chose. I freaking love this photo. It's like, hi. It's such a gay photo of James Gunn.
Oh, you know the word I love to drop, but we should probably move on from.
I know. Yeah, we'll move on from that. All right. Here's 5 characters. Batman. I 100%.
No.
Batman.
Do not touch
Batman.
No.
He would not be able to do Batman. I swear to God. If he is like, it's like Guardians. Oh my God. I will lose my shit if like they finally announce a Batman movie. It's going to be made. They announce who they got for the role, blah, 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 blah. And then James Gunn is just like, it's like Guardians. I will lose my shit. I will lose my shit. The Joker, because chaos.
And chat, she will lose her shit. If you've ever seen Trilogy of Terror, she'll be like the Zuni doll in that movie. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Steph, look it up. But if you've seen that movie, chat, that's exactly how Steph will become if James Gunn touches Batman like a Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Same thing with the Joker. They said James Gunn loves misunderstood villains. Yes, we saw that with Lex. Right? He's just he's just envious and cries. James Gunn, he thinks if someone had a rough childhood, they deserve a chance to be quirky and redeemed. That's adorable. But Joker isn't Deadshot. He's not Star-Lord. He's not the guy who needs therapy and a soundtrack. He's evil, pure, unfiltered, existential evil. The second you try to make him relatable, he stops being frightening. 100%. I love Heath Ledger. I know a lot of people are, don't see Heath Ledger's Joker as Joker. He's just super chaotic. But yes, he is evil. 100% he's evil. He does things to have a giggle. And if that comes at the cost of lives of a lot of people, he'll laugh at it. He'll do it. He'll laugh at it and will not care. So that's the Joker. And I don't think that James Gunn would be able to do the Joker. In fact, if they make Joker a misunderstood villain and try to make him a sympathetic character, I will also lose my shit because that is not the Joker. Oh my God, if they make him an incel, I'll be so pissed off. I will be so pissed off.
The only sympathetic DC, well, not necessarily the only one, but the only big one I can see them at all remotely adding any sympathy to the character, because there is a way to do it, is Mr. Freeze. That's the only one. That's the only one is Mr. Freeze. If you want to do sympathetic villain, do Mr. Freeze.
I mean, we saw that in Batman and Robin. I mean, it's not a great Mr. Freeze. Arnold Schwarzenegger wasn't a great Mr. Freeze, but yes, that character would be 100% sympathetic. You saw it in the animated series, and in the DCAU movie. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, I agree. Man-Bat could be sympathetic too. He could be sympathetic.
I can't remember that movie. What's it called? Okay, Darkseid. Darkseid, the last character who should ever crack a joke. Yep, 100% the last character. Not even in the animated movies does Darkseid crack a joke. Not even in animated movies does he crack a joke. He is a threat, a huge threat who barely even talks. Like he doesn't even talk that much. So yeah, he would never crack a joke. Martian Manhunter, the last refugee. Yeah. Hollywood would ruin.
Oh yeah, because not too many people know, but he has. I think he's actually, in terms of powers, at the very least on par with Superman, but I think also more powerful than Superman. But he's not as well known. However, because he is more powerful, or at least up there with Superman, he's going to be. His power is going to be reduced to make him relatable. And the fact that he is also a refugee,
yeah, they would storyline.
They would have that storyline. So they would do that.
a lost soul, a telepath mourning an extinct race. His whole arc about being alien, his whole arc is about alienation, grief, and empathy. You know what you know what Gunn would do with that? Turn it into a buddy comedy. Oh my goodness. You know what? I'm actually worried that the new Lantern television show, that's exactly what it's going to be. It's going to be a buddy comedy. That's what I think.
Of course, he has a weakness. Like even Superman has a weakness, basically. But I'm saying, his powers are practically on par with Superman. He is strong, but his powers are going to be nerfed, so he can be at least somewhat relatable to the audience, because you can't relate to a character if he's like almost godlike.
The last one is Etrigan the Demon. If there's one character who absolutely cannot survive the gunnification process, it's Etrigan the Demon. This is a literal medieval demon bound to a human knight, forever cursed to share a soul. His dialogue is poetry, actual rhythmic gothic poetry. Yeah. He would, you know what? He would probably make him like Drax.
Yeah.
He would probably make him like Drax if James Gunn ever got a hold of this character.
He would make him like King Shark.
Oh God, you're right.
He would make him like King Shark, even though he's supposed to
like King Shark.
Yeah, even though King Shark is incredibly intelligent and articulate, as this character is, he would make him like King Shark.
He would make him like King Shark, because I think oh my goodness, I'm trying to remember which DC AU movie where Constantine, I think what is it? Constantine is in it. So is Etrigan. What is that movie? Oh, I'm trying to remember it. But he doesn't say a lot in the movie, but I can see James Gunn like watching that movie and being like, oh my gosh, I can make him like King Shark or like Drax.
Wait, what
Dark Justice League. Was it Dark Justice League? It probably was Dark Justice League. Mm-hmm. Or he doesn't like, I think, yeah, if I'm remembering correctly, I think that if Justice League Dark, that's what it is. Mm-hmm. I think if James Gunn saw that movie and saw that character and brought him to life in the DCU, he would base it off of that. Because he didn't say much. He was, he was tortured, but I mean, he was, I want to say I don't even want to call it like super silly. I don't even think it was like silly, but I think that he would make the character like King Shark and like Drax based on that performance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
100%. Final thoughts. The difference between fun and frivolous. The issue with James Gunn isn't that he isn't that he's incapable of direction. It seems to be that he can't help himself. He has to wink at the audience. Yes. Oh my goodness. I swear to God. Like if there was a point in Superman, there are actually not if there isn't a point, but there are multiple points. There are multiple points in the Superman movie where I feel like a pop-up of like James Gunn, he would sort of pop up like this, and wink. And wink at the audience, just go, just pop up the side of the screen and be like, yeah, like you get it, you guys get it, yeah, like there's multiple times. He has to make everything ironic, and in doing so, he kills sincerity. DC's best stories thrive on sincerity, on fear, on faith, on weight. They aren't about the joke; they're about the journey. So yeah, I think that I agree with this list. I hope that he never gets his little hands or writes scripts with these characters, if these characters are ever involved. And in fact, I don't honestly, especially with where's he at with Darkseid, I don't even think we'll get there. I don't think we'll get there. If we do, it's going to be years and years and years down the road, because I don't see any direction right now with DC. With the DCU, with the movies that James Gunn's putting out, I don't see any direction, nothing ever currently leading to Darkseid. So I don't think that Darkseid, we don't really have to worry about that anytime soon, because nothing I see now is leading to this. So hopefully he'll remain untouched. Hopefully he'll
I do
remain
agree with this to a point, despite the fact that James Gunn ruined the character of Ego in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. The ending to Guardians of the Galaxy 2 did demonstrate that James Gunn can, if he so chooses, demonstrate sincerity with his storytelling. He just chooses not to, or as you put it, he just sabotages himself.
He sabotages it because he turns it into a joke.
Yeah,
you
I'm
know?
saying, but like the ending of Guardians of the Galaxy 2, that was like at least that funeral, so to speak, basically, that was moving.
Yes.
Like he
Yes,
could,
but you
he can
forget what
demonstrate.
yes, of course.
I
but
know,
you
I'm saying,
forget-
but he sabotages himself like that. He
No,
can
you
do
forget
it.
what came before that, right? You forget what came before that, because before that there was a fight between Star-Lord and Ego, where he's like, "You killed my mom and destroyed my Walkman. I'm gonna get back at you." And then you
Oh, no, I
have
said,
that
like,
whole thing back and
yeah,
forth, and it was kind
well,
of dumb. It was ridiculous. It should be
I
a
know,
lot more serious and
I did
grounded.
point out that he did ruin Ego basically with that. Basically,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, that part demonstrated that he can do it should he choose to do so. He just chooses not to do so,
Mhm.
and or purposely sabotages himself. So, like I said, he can. He just chooses not to. Or he goes like that whole Marvel route of breaking up what should be an incredibly sincere moment or sincere storyline with jokes, like the Walkman shit.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Anywho,
last Toxic Mail, you get this evil out of my chat. Get this evil out of my chat right now. Get that blasting out.
it's Mara's favorite character. She loves Man-Bat.
He's like one of my favorite villains.
Loves Man-Bat.
He's like prime. He's like prime for like a really good gothic horror story.
You guys
Batman
want
story
to
set in like the Gotham.
You wanna slide into Mara's DMs? Just send her pictures of Man-Bat.
I love Man-Bat. I'll bring over the Man-Bat figure that I was gifted again. I still have it in the box. I'll bring it over. It's my favorite. Him and Scarecrow are probably like right up there.
I like the actor that they cast as Scarecrow in the Nolan films. I can't remember his name right off the top of my head.
Yeah. Is it pronounced Cillian? Cillian
Murphy.
He was a good Scarecrow. They just turned Scarecrow into a MacGuffin.
Yeah.
So
But I was so upset when he was like barely in the second movie.
Yeah, I'm saying that they turned him into a MacGuffin in the first one, and then like the second one is like, oh yeah, you were in the first one. Bye bye. Now moving on to.
I like the way he said the Batman. When he was looking up.
Would have been a good Scarecrow if he actually was Scarecrow.
Yeah.
So.
Slide into my DMs. Send me Joker stuff.
Yeah. She's into Joker.
I love Joker.
Like, she loves Joker. I'm Man-Bat. So.
I love Joker and the Riddler.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Riddler is very close behind the Joker. Sometimes he overtakes him, like depending on my mood. But yeah, the Riddler is so awesome. I love the Riddler.
I didn't bother.
The Riddler was my favorite. The Riddler was my favorite villain, DC villain, Batman villain when I was younger. I loved the Riddler. Yeah, I love the Riddler. When I would like watch Batman the Animated Series, I think if you're so smart, why aren't you rich? I think that's the episode in Batman the Animated Series that I practically had memorized. I loved the Riddler so much.
Deathstroke, Bane, Ra's al Ghul. I'm saying it's like it's like someone mentioned up here, like Topher says, I'm tired of Joker. I'm actually, I love the character, but I actually am tired of seeing him too as a villain because it kind of also demonstrates the lack of understanding of the DC property within Warner Brothers, is that they always default to the villains even normies know. So we get like just an oversaturation of Joker plus Harley Quinn, basically. Penguin, Catwoman, They did like not so much. I mean, not so much. The other top three, like the other top three, I would say would be Poison Ivy, Riddler, and Two-Face. But even then, they love to use Joker, Penguin, and Catwoman.
Yeah.
They love to use those, and we get. Like, I'm just like over them because of the oversaturation, like the over reliance on them. So like normies would know them, but then you have Condiment Man, yes. But then you have Calendar Man. Yeah, the name sounds boring as fuck, but he's like a Hannibal Lecter. He's a serial killer.
The Clock King.
Yeah.
The Clock King is like just another Joker, or not. I'm sorry, another Riddler.
Yeah, you have Hugo Strange, Scarecrow, Professor Pig,
Hugo Strange, yeah.
Mad Hatter. Like they have
Mad Hatter is really cool. Mad Hatter is pretty cool.
I'm saying they have so many cool villains in the Rogues Gallery, but they just always default to those three. And it's just that's why it's like, that's why I'm like, just James Gunn and David Zaslav should be nowhere near this property because again, like they've demonstrated a clear lack of understanding of just the characters in general, the Rogues Gallery of villains that they choose not to use. This would make Steph go crazy. Have Red Hood, an actual Red Hood movie.
Please bring in Red Hood. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for a Red Hood, a good Red Hood. All right, not just any Red Hood, not like the Red Hood that they brought in Titans. That was such a bitch Red Hood. He was like such a Gen Z Jason Todd. I could not stand his character. I hated his character. I was so mad when they brought him into Titans because I was like, all right, we're getting Jason Todd, and then it was that guy, and then they turned him into Red Hood. Dude, he was even small. Like Jason Todd is pretty fucking tall. All right, he's tall. He's intimidating. Yeah. The actor that they got, I was just like, you look ridiculous. Like his body was smaller than his head. You know, the helmet. Yeah. I'm not even kidding. He looked like
no. I'm just laughing. Like it's like because like you showed me pictures of it. And I'm like, that's not Red Hood. That's not Red Hood.
Like a Funko Pop. Jensen Ackles is the best Red Hood. He is the best Red Hood. But yeah, he looked like a Funko Pop. It was kind of sad watching it. I was so upset. I hated it. I hated it so much.
I love Red Hood, but she loves Red Hood more, and I'm like more Nightwing. So yeah, I would kind of like agree about having Nightwing first. But know that we got to get get Steph what she wants, and she wants Red Hood.
I know. I was so upset when they killed off Nightwing in the Snyderverse. Like that's Dick Grayson. He was dead.
Yeah, I saw that.
And
I was like,
me?
Well, yeah, I saw that, and I saw again. I was like, you son of a bitch.
I know. Like, what the hell is this?
But anyway, just real fast in this article, this is the rumor. Basically, Hollywood sources close to comic book news. Again, it's rumor. Take it with a grain of salt. Take it with speculation. That tell the site that Gunn will be going. Should Warner Bros. Discovery be bought out, and he may already see the writing on the wall. His pivot from a Gods and Monsters saga to a Superman family one is a strong signal that he's being allowed to do what he wants until the clock runs out. He has more freedom and control over that realm of DC right now, and he's using it as his main content avenue. The director's replacement is allegedly being lined up as well. With Michael DeLuca inking an extension at Warner Brothers, it said he will remain post-merger and be put in charge of DC. DeLuca is called a comic book fan, and his history with Man of Steel and Dark Knight writer David Goyer reportedly proves his worthiness to Ellison.
Oh gosh, so bring him in.
Yeah, I'm saying if that's true, why is he not in charge? And why is David Zaslav in charge?
Bring him in. Yeah.
So I'm part of me is hoping this is true, just because, like I said, David Zaslav should be nowhere near this property. Same with James Gunn. And like I said, if Michael DeLuca is at all comic book fan, as he's being called here, and I do like Man of Steel, right? And even though I'm not a fan of necessarily the Joker in Dark Knight, because to me that doesn't come across as Joker, it comes across as more as anarchy.
Yes,
I'm saying, but Dark Knight is a very good movie. I will objectively admit that. Like, he should have been in charge of DC this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Why he wasn't, I'll never know. So, but there it is. That's that rumor, basically. So it's not like it's a rumor. It's a rumor. It's not set in stone. It's not definite. I'm crossing my fingers that it is because, like I said, I do not like David Zaslav or James Gunn. But I don't think Nolan would run WB. I think Nolan just likes making movies too much, so I don't think he'd take over the business end of WB. He'd work for WB if they gave him good scripts to work with. But I don't see him running Warner Brothers. I think he likes making movies too much. So, but anyway, so yeah, Paul Dini did the animated series. Bring him in. So, but let me just close those articles, those tabs, I should say. Oh, come on, Bounding in the Comics. Thank you.
So I put my hoodie on because I was cold before Battlefront.
Mm-hmm. Battlefield.
Battlefield, not Battlefront. Before Battlefield, and now I'm drinking wine. I'm getting a little tipsy, y'all, and I'm getting a little hot. So I'm gonna go refill my wine glass. I'll be right back.
Typically, what happens, and again, chat, I kind of been taking sips of this basically, but you know, for super chats, I got my Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. I'm gonna need to chill the other cans. Anyway, while she's going to get more wine, here I'll talk about this now because I don't think Steph has never really been a fan of horror movies. So we'll talk about this for those who like the Romero movies. I've seen the trailer. It looks stupid. We're not gonna play it again. I have a Zatanna costume, by the way. So I do like Zatanna. We were just talking about villains that we liked. But I do have a Zatanna costume. The late George Romero's daughter, who's doing, it's like in a can. Don't judge, Jono. All right, it's in a can. Next Talk Nerdy or whatever, I will have a glass. Anyway, so is pushing Queens of the Dead. Not Queen of the Dead, Queens of the Dead. Because according to her, I just feel like the gays need a zombie film. You know, because the gays aren't represented enough in zombie films. Gays deserve to be eaten by zombies too. Gays deserve to have their brains eaten by zombies too. I mean, obviously there's none of that representation in the zombie genre. So basically he says, Tina Romero, rest in peace, George Romero. You will be missed. You are missed. You will be missed, especially after this fucking movie comes out. Tina Romero is ready to unleash the next chapter in her dad's undead lineage, and it's for the gays. I was going to say, read more. What? It's for the gays.
I meant to unmute myself, and I accidentally turned on the mic character. I accidentally turned on the mic. Wait, hold on. I meant to mute myself, and I accidentally turned on the camera as I was taking a big bite of my cookie.
I was on the screen, so I didn't see that. But yeah, I just imagine it's like a deer caught in the headlights. Look, we realize that you're on camera taking a big bite of your cookie.
I got these cute little pumpkin cookies.
I just imagine it was like this.
Yeah, that's exactly the face I made. Whoop.
Hey, whoops.
Oh, my bad.
Whoopsie daisy. Whoopsie daisy. All right. So speaking with Entertainment Weekly, Tina Romero discussed the motivations for making Queens of the Dead. The zombie apocalypse is such a rich sandbox to play in when it comes to social commentary. Oh, he's spinning in his grave right now. I mean, if there was ever any commentary in Romero's zombie movies, it was so subtle. It was like you blinked and you missed it. It was a zombie apocalypse film, basically, like survival horror movies. And she said, like, zombie apocalypse is such a rich sandbox to play in when it comes to social commentary. What social commentary? You got Patient Zero who bites the first fucking victim, and all of a sudden, the plague fucking spreads, and now it's a survival of the fittest, basically. Survival of the people who have not been bitten, trying to survive, literally, those who have been, who want to eat them. It had themes, but not social commentary. There's a difference between themes and social commentary. Right? Because like stories have themes, basically. Like it's essentially allegories. All right? But not social commentary. There's a difference there. And she's saying, I can't be my dad's daughter without making an attempt at saying something with zombies. How about you just be your dad's daughter and make a fucking zombie movie? No social commentary or anything like that. Just make a fucking zombie movie. Like, throw your fucking hat in the ring and say, I'm going to try to live up to my dad and make a zombie movie.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. It's like, that's how you be your dad's daughter.
That's right. You tell him, Mara. Yeah.
Like that. Like she's my little cheer section.
I'm your hype man.
Yes. I did want this to be a film in which I'm paying homage to the world and the monster he created, but I'm also introducing my own voice. I love this part. It's very much not a film he would make. No shit. No shit. Because your father had at least integrity. He had at the very least understanding of themes versus social commentary. And not everyone wants to be beaten over the head with social commentary watching a fucking zombie movie.
Yeah.
It's all about shooting zombies in the head and not getting bitten.
Yeah.
The only time I remember watching one of Romero's zombie movies where it's like there was any type, when I say commentary, I mean like very subtle, was in one of the characters. And it was like the character in was it Day of the Dead? Day of the Dead was like the third movie, basically, where you have like this underground bunker, basically. Former army, army guys, things like that. And you had this scientist who's trying to study one of the zombies because he believes he can actually reach the zombie and teach it. Day of the Dead. Okay, Day of the Dead. And teach the zombie to function as a human again. That's probably the only commentary I even really remember. And it wasn't really even commentary. It was more of like that whole theory. It was like, that like these are zombies and like their primary function pretty much is to eat what is not a zombie. Basically, they're cannibalistic. Well, like he wanted to study one, and he wanted to see if he could get through to that zombie and teach it to be a human again. That's it. That's the only thing I remember. Everything else was survival. Everything else was we're trying to rebuild society, essentially, a little at a time, while at the same time literally surviving the zombie hordes. So that's like the only part. That's the only hey hound. Sorry, I'm saying hello to you. That's the only any type of commentary I remember in his movies, and even then it wasn't really commentary. It was more like, hey, let's introduce this element into the story and see what where that story takes us. Oh my god. Jesus Christ, that image.
Yeah.
That image. Anyway, I saw that comment and I was like, as far as the queer element, on one hand, I just feel like the gays need a zombie film. It's time that we get to have a big gay zombie movie. Then put gays in your movie. Put gay characters in your movie. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, zombies are, if anything, equal opportunity. They don't give a shit about your sexuality. Oh, my mom's calling.
It's not your mom, it's your boyfriend. Oh my god. Whoops. Just realized I'm off camera still. Hi.
I gotta go check on my dog real fast. I'll be right back.
Okay. This is my stream now. I am taking over. Why is Mara a nipple?
Talk about the gay zombies.
I don't know about the gay zombies. I don't know anything about Queens of the Dead or anything like that. I don't watch zombie movies. I'm terrified. So I don't know what Mara's talking about in this, but I'm here to cheer her on. Right? How was the cookie? The cookie was delicious. It was very. I figured I needed to nibble on something, and not just wine. But I did get some more wine. Mara would never do that to her dog. She would never Hassan her dog. Not at all. She loves her dog too much. Steph needs a boyfriend to help with the horror movies. See, when I watch horror movies, I watch them if not when, if I ever watch horror movies. I watch them in the middle of the day when I'm wide awake. All right? That's when I watch them. In the middle of the day, wide awake, I'll watch a scary movie or something. That way there's plenty of time to go about the rest of the day and get my mind off of it. Otherwise, if I watch like something like super late at night and it's super scary, then I won't be able to sleep.
Oh, didn't you share with me the fact that people who can watch scary movies and like fall asleep easily have psychopathic tendencies?
Yes. Yeah. Mara's just like, so cozy.
Yes. I have weird dreams. I don't have nightmares.
Terrifying.
Is the one dream I do remember, and I think I've told this before to the chat. I don't know how many people were around when I told the story, but basically one of the dreams I remember having is after I binged the Friday the 13th franchise, and I'm going to sleep, and my mind, for some reason, went I found myself at Camp Crystal Lake, and my mind for some reason went to the fact that Jason never checks the cars. Somehow that struck me as making sense in my dream, that Jason never checks the cars. So I just hid in one of the cars while Jason was killing all the other counselors. So I'm
Is that true?
I think so. I don't recall him ever checking the cars wherever he is, but it made sense to me. It made sense to me in my dream.
Yeah. No, that's really smart. In your dream, you're a genius.
I'm just saying, but after part 2, it's like he just walks around and doesn't do anything other than kill the counselors. So, but I'm thinking it's like he's not going to check this car. He doesn't really do that. So, because that's before Jason became the Jason we know. So. Yeah, you are a Jason nerd, basically. I'm just saying, it was in a dream. I'm just saying, it made sense in my dream. So I'm like, it was just weird. But that's the types of dreams I have. I don't have nightmares. So I fall asleep after watching scary movies.
I don't. I stay awake very late at night.
Yeah.
She is a dream warrior.
Yeah, I'm a dream warrior.
Why are there feet on the screen?
I don't know.
What is that?
He's trying to quote. She says, I am his kid. There's no denying it, and he has influenced me greatly. And this is his monster. This is his genre. I had fun doing my little Romero nods throughout the film, and we have some good ones. I'm not bothering watching it. The trailer looked like shit. Look at that poster.
Oh my
that poster
God.
fucking sucks. I can't even tell if that's supposed to be a chick or a dude in the center.
Yeah, that looks bad. Ew, I don't like that poster. The art of movie posters is just going downhill.
Yeah.
It's going downhill.
Bad. It's an awful poster. But anyway, yeah, so like I said, it's like I don't give a shit if you have a gay character in your movie. I really don't. Just don't make it the defining factor. And if you want to put gays in a zombie movie, put gays in the zombie movie. I don't care. No one cares. But when you make that the whole premise in what's supposed to be just the zombie genre, Tina Romero is doing a disservice to her father. She likes saying she's paying homage to her dad, but she's doing a disservice to him.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying. Anyway, let's talk about Snoop Dogg. Because he's bending the knee yet again. So, do you want to for those who don't know? Do you want to explain the Lightyear the Lightyear controversy that he's talking about?
Yeah. If you guys remember, I believe it was it last month or earlier?
It was not that long ago. It was pretty recent.
Earlier this month, Snoop Dogg went on a podcast and talked about how he was showing his kids Lightyear, and his grandkids Lightyear. And one of them was like, "Hey, how come these two ladies have a baby?" And he was just like taken aback by that. And he got called out. I can't remember what exactly he said. What did he say about it? Hold on. Let me.
Well, that he shouldn't be having to answer a question like that. Like he was put in a position where he had to answer a question like that. And he felt like he didn't have to, but I can't remember how he worded it.
Yeah, I have to relook. He said it threw me for a loop. It scared me because of the similar topics. It threw me for a loop. Scared to go to the movies now, because of that stuff, because of the stuff that's in films, and he wasn't really ready to answer that question. But then someone was talking about it on Instagram, and I can't remember. It was some person. I think it was a transgender person who was talking about it in an interview on Instagram, and he posted a response to that Instagram post in the comments, and it said, "All my gay friends know what's up. They've been calling me with love. My bad for not knowing the answers for a 6-year-old. Teach me how to learn. I'm not perfect." Right. And if a lot of people were like, "Oh, and that person claimed to be Snoop Dogg." If you looked at that comment, it linked directly back to his account. So it was either him who said that, or it was someone else using his Instagram account who posted that reply. But that was essentially the Lightyear controversy, was that he wasn't ready to answer that type of a question. He's scared to go to the movies now because of the stuff that he's just not ready to have these conversations with his grandkids, and honestly, he is the grandpa. These are conversations that they should be having with their parents. And it sort of threw him for a loop as a grandparent. So coming out of that was the Lightyear controversy. Snoop Dogg added gay couples new song to an animated kids TV show. The icon teamed up with GLAAD on Spirit Day. And no doubt, I honestly feel like this is damage control. 100%. It's damage control because of the backlash that he had received to that comment that he made on that podcast about the movie Lightyear and going to see it with his grandkids. And, he's just like, I'm scared now to go to the movies because I'm not ready to have these conversations. This is 100% damage control, right? So he teamed up with GLAAD on Spirit Day, and he discussed his new love anthem for children and queer families. It's a beautiful thing that kids can have parents of all walks and be shown love. And he said Snoop and Bello, I don't even know who that is, talk about their friendship since meeting on The Voice. So he teamed up with that person. Snoop has taken his support a step further by collaborating with Bello. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Belloate. I don't know. On the new song Love Is Love, that's featured in a new episode of Snoop's animated children's series Doggyland on YouTube. The cast of characters is led by the Snoop voiced Bow Wizzle, a main character that serves as the adult mentor. This is the quote. It says, "Our parents are different. No two are the same. But the one thing that's for certain is the love won't change. Families are special. They're so unique. Everyone's got a purpose more than what we see. We love you. We love you, parents. We love you so." Seeing the pups as a series of same-sex families appear on screen with their pups. And if you scroll down, it'll show you the YouTube video. It's 2 minutes long.
Okay, hold on. This right here, "Love is Love."
Yeah, that's the song "Love is Love."
Okay. All right. Oh my god.
Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Hold on.
Well, right there, there's two ladies, two women
Mm-hmm.
in the picture.
All right. You know who will take this and run with it? Love, 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 love who you like. I love who you want to like. Love who you like. So forth. PDFs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they already took the love, like the whole "love is love" argument when Proposition 8 happened, and you're doing this shit. They're gonna take it and run with it because love is love, right?
Our parents are different, no two are the same. But the one thing that's for certain is the love won't change. Families are special, they are so unique. Everybody's got a purpose more than what you see. We love you, parents.
If you pause it,
So
yeah. If you go back, like those were the two lesbian parents. They're right there.
These
They're right there
they're right
dancing.
here. Yeah.
Yeah. Further, like some of the lyrics, it's a beautiful thing that kids can have parents of all walks and be shown love, to be taught what love is, being able to have parents from all walks of life, whether it be two fathers, two mothers, whatever it is, love is the key.
Mm-hmm.
That's a quote from Snoop. The rapper added that the song is teaching parenthood. It's teaching the situation that kids in the world is going through right now, and in a beautiful way, through song, dance, melody, and just trying to have more understanding, clarity on how we live and the way we live. And I felt this music is a beautiful bridge to bring an understanding. I don't know. Do you think that it's damage
So
control?
basically, I want to get this straight. He did not want to have that like a certain conversation with his grandkids because he didn't feel like they were ready. He was ready to have that conversation with them, but now he's going to force other families
to start to have that conversation. Yeah,
with their kids.
Yes. Yeah, he
Right.
didn't want. He said that he's scared to go to the movies because of the stuff that he's not ready to have conversations about with his grandkids. But now he's using his show, Doggyland, to start those conversations. And the reason being is that he wants to be able to have parents from all walks of life, whether it be two fathers, two mothers, whatever it is. Love is the key. He wants them to be able to show, and that he wants to be able to show what kids and the world are going through right now in a beautiful way through this song. That's what he wants to show. So he's not ready to have that conversation with his grandkids, but he'll make this stuff for you to have conversations with your grandkids about. I honestly think that it is probably damage control over that, because there were a lot of people within the LGBTQ community that were speaking out against Snoop Dogg. He was receiving a ton of hate everywhere, on Twitter, on Instagram, everywhere. He was receiving a lot of hate and a lot of backlash for what he said on that podcast. And I really think that this is just damage control. Because why would you put yourself in such a hypocritical position as to take the stance of I'm scared to take my grandkids to movies because of the stuff that they put in them and these conversations that we're not ready to have with them, right? Take that
Yeah.
stand and at the same time make content that's put on your kids' YouTube show or whatever this is, that would force parents to have those kinds of conversations. And it's not like someone can say, oh, they're just in they're just in the YouTube video, like in the background, he's just hugging them. You know, what's the big deal? Well, the big deal is that that's exactly the situation that Snoop found himself in when watching Lightyear, because his grandkid was like, how do they have a baby? They're two women. How are two women having babies? Right?
Which
Kids
would be a
will
legitimate
notice-
question for a 6-year-old to ask, because, like, you know, he's as even the basic understanding of biology. You need a man and a woman to make a baby. And he's saying two women there that have a child. He's like, how?
Yeah. So kids clearly pick up on these things. I think that Snoop learned that in that situation. And for him to create the content with that, this content with that information in mind, is incredibly hypocritical. And I think that 100% he's just doing this for damage control.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think we need to play anything anymore. We've gotten we've gotten the feel of that. But yeah. So
can I share something?
You know, that, like you know, like for those who are new here, every time she asks, can I share something, I'm always hesitant to say yes. Ever since the scrotum filler shit.
No, this isn't like the scrotum filler stuff.
I know, but it puts me on edge because I'm like, you ask, can I share something? And I'm like, am I going to, like, you know, need to drink?
No, it's not. This is actually something that, listen, I know that Bette Midler, okay? I know that she's, oh, what?
First she puts the camera on when she means to mute herself while she's eating a cookie. Then she turns the camera off when she wants to be on camera. Go ahead.
Right, let me share there. I'm doing it correctly now. Look, I know that Bette Midler is a crazy lefty lunatic.
Yeah.
But my mom loves Bette Midler. Okay. The day that Bette Midler dies, there's going to be a day of mourning in our household because my mom loves Bette Midler. She loves all of her movies. And I kind of grew up with Bette Midler movies. And the most notable one that my mom would watch a lot was Beaches. And Bette Midler went on the Stephen Colbert Show as a guest. And she sang like a rendition of Wind Beneath My Wings to Stephen Colbert while bashing Trump at the same time. So Bette Midler told Stephen Colbert how much she will miss him on The Late Show Tuesday night with a special performance. She says, I want to beg you, don't go, don't go, don't go. And he said, well, I'm not coming back. And he's like, well, I'm going to be on until May, right? Because Stephen Colbert's show got canceled. And she loves him so much and she doesn't want him to go. And she says that she's not coming back. Once he's gone from the show, she's not coming back. And she said, I just want to thank you publicly and privately. For me, these last 9.5 years, I would not have made it through without you. You're a voice of reason, sanity, and honor. So I wrote,
okay. All right.
So I wrote a little something for you. And this is, let's listen. Let's have a little listen of what she wrote.
I've been sung in a long time, so I'm.
What note do you need?
I need a. If I only knew. I think it's a B flat, but I wouldn't do it. I would go. It must have been cold here at the Late Show, despite the high ratings and awards.
The high ratings and awards.
In what reality?
I need to see the ratings. The ratings because despite the high ratings, does the Late Show have good ratings? I need to know. High ratings. Google again, lady. I
Yeah.
mean, there's a reason he's
Quarter
getting
2 of
canceled.
2025 averaged 2.417 million total viewers, leading 11:35 p.m. slots. Let's see if I can find a graph showing what the ratings have been.
So quarter 3, 2025. Let's see. I'm trying to find the Late Show. The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Hierarchy. So Stephen Colbert, to his credit, was leading. All right, he was leading the viewership, but I mean, if that's compared to like Jimmy Kimmel Live, who averaged 1.85 million viewers, then that's not very many.
Well,
You
here,
know what I mean?
Yeah, here, let me share this real fast. I don't know if you'll be able to see this because I opened up the article, but here's a graph. Jimmy Kimmel,
Yeah.
Late Show, Tonight Show, and you can see each one has progressively gone down.
Yeah. Yeah. The age of late night TV is over.
Yeah.
It's over. You know, I think that according to Nielsen ratings, Stephen Colbert topped the hour with the total viewers averaging 2.4 million.
Yeah.
Yeah. So nobody really cares for late night TV anymore.
Yeah.
Right. So despite the high ratings, I don't know about that. I don't quite know about that. But
No.
let's
Not high ratings, no.
No, let's keep
Maybe
listening.
a bit higher than others, but definitely not high ratings.
This makes me sad. Okay. Let me tell you why this makes me sad. No, I'm not going to tell you why it makes me sad. Okay, I'll tell you why it makes me sad. I used to sing this song, "Wind Beneath My Wings." Like, I love that song. It was so sad and tragic. And I used to sing it, and I loved singing that song. I love that whole movie, Beaches. If I want to have a little cry, I'll put that movie on.
I never understood people who watch a movie to have a good cry.
I'm just like, you know what? I'm feeling a little emotional today. I feel like there's something that I need to get out. So I'm just going to have myself a little cry. So in order to do that, I'll do like Beaches or Steel Magnolias, right? Because those movies, My Girl, those movies are guaranteed a tear. They're guaranteed a tear.
The Bette Midler movie, other than Hocus Pocus, that I like tolerate watching her in because overall I like the movie's First Wives Club.
Oh my gosh, I love that. My mom is a huge Bette Midler fan. So like I love that movie. I love that movie. She used to watch that movie all the time. That's such a good movie.
It is a good movie, and I don't like Bette Midler, but I like her character in the movie. So
yeah. Rest in peace, Diane Keaton. Oh my goodness. What a movie. I swear. Oh, it's like, oh, you know what? It's like the blueprint of what women are doing right now to men. Oh my god. Like watching it through 2025 eyes, I'm just like, you know what? Maybe it wasn't such a good movie, but it's but like
if you watch it through 2025 eyes, but at the time, basically, I'm like, it's a funny kind of revenge movie because these are first wives who've like, you know, gone through shit with their husbands for different reasons, and they're getting a little vengeance.
I think it's such an over the top movie.
My actually favorite part in the movie involves the gay daughter. Because, like, you know, it's like she's gotten a job at her dad's firm, basically, to infiltrate and like get intel for her mom. And like whenever like they like he's asking her at the end, like he's not sure what the meeting's about and he's apprehensive. She's like, "Oh, Daddy, I'm gay."
She's like, "I'm a lesbian, by the way."
A big one, and just shuts the door.
One. Yeah. Don't tell me they didn't have representation back in the day because they did. Yeah. Okay. I'm a lesbian, a big one.
A big one.
They even went. Oh my gosh, they even went to a lesbian bar, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, to find the daughter, basically. And one is hitting on Goldie Hawn as they're trying to pull Goldie Hawn's character away.
And Bette Midler's like, "She's with me, babe." Oh, it's such a good movie. Okay, let's finish with the Bette Midler cringe.
All right.
You need a gig that's more worthwhile now that you're more in demand than Epstein's file.
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord, Jesus, take the wheel.
All right. She's like, I'm cooking.
Did you ever know that you're my Frodo? You stand for what's
Mara.
That was your
See,
only
this
response
is-
to that shit.
this
What
is
the
why-
fuck is that supposed to even mean?
This is why I pulled it up. Honestly, once I saw Frodo, I was like, okay.
I'm just gonna torture Morrow with this.
Did you ever know that you're my Frodo? You stand for what's right with wit and class. Thank you. And I hold you high as the great eagles. 'Cause you never kissed the orange ass.
There it is. That's her song. You never kissed the orange ass, meaning Trump. You never kissed Trump's ass. But you know whose ass he did kiss? Biden. I mean, do you guys remember the whole vaccine dance that he did? The vaccine push that Stephen Colbert did. You know what? He might not have kissed Trump's ass, but he did put his two lips firmly on the ass of another old man. And that would be Biden. And he pushed all of that COVID vaccine propaganda on his show with no regret, with glee, dancing the night away on his show. So there's a reason that late night is dead, and I think that that's one of the reasons. And this is super cringe.
Yes,
this
it
is super cringe. I'm so disappointed. I know that Bette Midler has always kind of been this way. Like, she's always been this way. She's been extremely liberal, gotten worse and worse as the years have gone by. But it's just, never meet your heroes, honestly. Like just never worship celebrities. They will let you down big time. And that's pretty apparent with Bette Midler. Makes me sad.
Well, it's kind of the same thing. Well, same thing with Mark Hamill, basically.
Yeah.
It's like, and others, basically. Just never meet your heroes. Like, don't look at Mark Hamill and see Luke Skywalker. That's like he is not Luke Skywalker. So, but I have a couple more articles. We're not exactly gonna because it'll be going on 10:30 ish. But I'm gonna just stop showing that.
Laura, really quick. I want to get your thoughts on this really quickly because Miss Lord of the Rings fan. Let me find it. Hold on.
Miss Lord of the Rings fan.
Lord of the Rings, more bigger than me. Hold on, I gotta find it. Hang on, I'm gonna find it.
No, I have not seen that. I have not seen it.
God, why do I keep doing that? I'm a little tense.
And you're the one who's just drinking wine, and I'm drinking the stuff with vodka in it, and I've oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Students shall not pass unless they accept Lord of the Rings is offensive. The university course suggests Tolkien's treatment of evil characters follows a tradition of anti-African antipathy.
Yes. Which, first off, just because you use big words does not make you smart. Secondly, all right, if you look at orcs, if you look at Uruk-hai, if you look at goblins in the Lord of the Rings world, in the Middle Earth, and you see black people, you're a fucking racist.
Yeah, this has been a thing for a while now.
It's been a long while. They just keep dredging up the same talking points, the same shit.
Yeah, they've been trying to make Lord of the Rings like they've been trying to I don't know what make us sympathize with orcs. What wasn't it in the Rings of Power where they had like an orc family?
Yeah, in Rings of Power, they had an orc family. And they just want to live their lives. That's all they want to do. They just want to raise their little orc baby and not go to war constantly. Like, when are we going to stop going to war? When are we just going to live our lives?
How are orcs brought into this world? How are they born?
Well, initially, the lore is orcs were tortured elves, basically, because Melkor, right? Melkor, also known as Morgoth, basically, he was a Valar, one of the Valar, basically the deities underneath Iluvatar, basically, who's god of Middle Earth, right? God of like Ea, right? Because he cannot create, much like Lucifer, right? Much like the devil, because he cannot create, he can only corrupt. He corrupted Iluvatar's children. Elves are the children of Iluvatar, basically. So he corrupted them, tortured them to the point where, like, they, like, you know, had like little of themselves left, to the point where it's like he actually corrupted it into a new species of orcs. All right. And pretty much like that's how orcs came into being, all right, initially. Am I going to sit here and not buy the fact that orcs can reproduce? Yeah, but they are nowhere near fucking nuclear family producing. All right,
as represented in
Rings of Power. They're pretty much a manufactured race. Like I said, Melkor cannot create; he can only corrupt. And he did so by destroying the children of Iluvatar. That's what he does. All right? Like I said, they're nowhere near that. They are nowhere near that. So,
he just wants to support his children.
Yeah, like, because, like, for
his
example,
family.
in the Hobbits, basically, like, ignoring the Hobbit movies, basically, in the Hobbit story, you had mention of the Pale Orc. All right, the Pale Orc. Okay. Bolg, all right, who is one of the actual antagonists in the book, in the story, all right, who you don't really see much, but he is the offspring of the Pale Orc, all right. So, like I said, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like they don't reproduce, because they were once elves. They will reproduce, but they do not at all have a traditional family structure. Basically, they just bang each other, pop out little orc children, and move on, pretty much. They're not good characters. They're not good. You can pity them because of how they were created, but they are not at all sympathetic. Like they like in if you read Lord of the Rings, there's and Middle Earth lore, there are tales of them actually actively hunting other races, like killing other races, just because. All right, just because they're not good. They're responsible for killing Arwen's mother, because people look at elves and think they're immortal. No, they just live a long time. They can die. And orcs are responsible for killing Arwen's mother. So, well, those are Uruk-hai. They're different than orcs. Actually, somewhere I have an Uruk-hai blade, which I'm not going to show necessarily on stream because I might get yeeted, because it's a weapon. But it's a hefty weapon. So, but that is why that's so stupid. Well, just of the reason, like, just as that is, if you look at orcs and see black people, you're racist. Yeah. Because normal people look at orcs and see orcs. Normal people look at goblins and see goblins. Normal people look at Uruk-hai or whatever and see the species. They do not see it as a representation as anything but what it is. So,
yep.
Pretty much, Trey. Pretty much, they leave for cigarettes. Basically, they are the bang. They're hit it and quit it. Hit it and quit it. I'm saying, like, they're not nuclear families. They will reproduce, all right? And Melkor and then Sauron will create more orcs by, basically through torture and things like that. But they do not at all form families.
You have to say Sauron like Disbrew says it.
Sauron.
No, like Disbrew says it. Have you heard him saying?
I've heard him attempt to say it. If that's what you mean, I've heard him attempt to say it.
Because he can't roll his R's. So he growls.
Like, love is love. I won't look down on the murderous evil. Someone should call ICE on the orcs. Yeah, so yeah, I saw that. And I posted the meme of Morbius. I think I even posted it. Well, someone tagged me. I think it was Mike Hill tagged me under Nerdrotic's post, and I responded with my own post, and it was like Morpheus from Matrix. Like, what if I told you that, like, if, like, oh, what was it? Where is it? I've got so many. Let me look at my profile. Wasn't that long ago, so I should be able to find it. Oh, here it is.
Can I share something really quickly?
The meme says, "What if I told you that pulling the race card usually makes you the racist one?" So yeah, go ahead.
Chelsea Handler calls for a boycott of Home Depot for allowing ICE raids.
Maybe the reason why there are ICE raids at Home Depot is because the fucking illegal immigrants park their asses outside of Home Depot, going like, "Work, senor? You got work, senor?"
She says, if you're as disgusted as I am by these ICE raids, then we need to start boycotting the companies that are enabling or profiting off of these ICE raids. Maybe these companies don't want the illegals in their parking lots.
Like I said, like they post themselves in the Home Depot parking lot and then like basically panhandle for work in Home Depot parking lots.
Yeah, she's like, I'm boycotting Home Depot. Home Depot cannot claim to serve our communities while allowing federal agents to terrorize people on their property. Listen, ICE is serving their communities. They're taking people who are committing crimes. Essentially, they're here illegally. Everybody has. That's what I don't understand. Everybody has policies, deportation policies, all that stuff, but only we are like, oh, we can't do that. They're citizens. We have to have them here no matter what. It's so annoying.
No, they're not citizens if they haven't gone through the citizenship process. Yeah.
She says they can share with that whomever they want. They can share that with the police. They can share that with ICE. They can share it with Kanye West if they want to. I'm against that. I'm against being surveilled, and I'm against, well, I mean, she's not being surveilled, but whatever. And I'm against Home Depot being an unsafe place for its workers and for its shoppers. These people aren't workers. They're hanging out outside of the Home Depot because I don't think that they would be able to get work if they're illegal. But I mean, I could be wrong. And she says, so I'm breaking up with Home Depot. Please.
They wouldn't be able to get legitimate work, basically. Legitimate.
I want to see a picture of Chelsea Handler like at a Home Depot shopping for stuff. I don't know. I hope you'll join me. Hopefully this won't be the end of our relationship. Hopefully they will grow a pair and denounce ICE and denounce surveilling Americans. And like many of my ex-lovers, they will reappear down the line in my life, and I will welcome them with open AI. Gross. Ew. Even in her protest, she's disgusting. Like, I'll welcome them with open legs. I'll welcome my ex-lovers by opening my legs. She's gross. I don't like her.
Yeah.
I hate her.
I'm just no. Yeah, Trey says he can confirm this happens. Yeah, like who's going to clean her house though? Yeah, that she just wants she wants the illegals to clean her house. Pretty much. That's why she's for them.
Who's going to clean your toilets then, Donald Trump? Do you remember that?
We were finding a way to do that before illegal immigrants came into this country. So I think we'll find a way to do it again.
You remember that? Wasn't that Kelly? Is it Kelly? Kelly Osbourne? Who's going to clean your toilets then, Donald Trump? She said that on The View.
Yeah. Kelly, who cleans your toilets? Because I thought you do.
All the women were like, oh, whoa.
Yeah.
They're like, girl, that's racist.
I'm pretty sure you have someone else.
You're saying the quiet part out loud. Who's going to clean your toilets then, Donald Trump?
Yeah. Anyway, so real fast. We're not exactly going to go into too much into these, but You're the only one of us who saw. Well, you didn't see Tron Ares, basically, but you're the only one who like looked up scenes and doesn't look like we're gonna get another Tron movie. Basically, at least it marks the end of Jared Leto's franchise leading days. Because much like Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and we're seeing Leonardo DiCaprio, because Leonardo DiCaprio's current film is losing the studio $100 million.
It is.
He's not a box office draw, and the movie sucks. So you would think he would have learned that lesson with Morbius, but he didn't.
Well, yeah. I'm trying to find. Here it is. Oh my goodness! I was trying to find the article for Tron. Here it is. Tron, in its second week, dropped a whopping 66%, bringing in a domestic take of only 54. Wait, hold on. Yeah, it dropped 66%. Yes. Grand global take of 102 million. The film had an estimated budget of 180 million before marketing, and likely the total cost is actually 270 million, and it needs to make 540 million dollars in order to break even. And so far, its global take is only 102. It's a huge it is a huge drop. It's going to be in the red, and it's going to lose about 220 million dollars based on its current tracking. And overall for Disney, it'll lose Disney $150 million. So Tron Ares is a huge disappointment.
Yeah. So sitting right here, 2010's Tron Legacy itself a modest success, having grossed 400 million worldwide against 170 million net production budgets. So
yeah. I don't know why. I mean, I know that this was going to be shelved. It was going to be a direct sequel to Tron Legacy, with including the same characters and everything. And there was a character in that movie named Ares. But it was mainly going to focus, I believe, on the characters that we knew from the Legacy film. And Jared Leto wasn't letting go of the movie because it was shelved, and he was just like, I like this character, Ares, and he made it his film. It was a Jared Leto project. He produced it, put up his money. He's going to lose money, but whatever. You know, he helped produce the film and put it out. And it was a flop. It was a flop. And Jared Leto, being the method actor that he is, had people on set call him Ares. Yeah.
Yep. And
Jeff
Trey
Bridges
brought up
was
Black
like-
Phone 2, which is
Jeff
probably the
Bridges
only
was
movie
like,
that's
can I
done
call you
well.
Air?
Yeah. Black Phone 2, I think, is the only movie that has done reasonably well this month. Blumhouse's horror sequel, Black Phone 2, dialed into 10.7 million across Friday and preview screenings, heading for a #1 opening. So I think that was like the only movie, at least this of recent releases, that's done well. Meanwhile, Lionsgate's release of Good Fortune is headed for the lower side of projections, forecasting an opening of 5.9 million, which is the Aziz Ansari feature, which the comedian wrote, directed, and stars in, earning just 2.4 million across Friday and preview screenings.
Did you see Black Phone 2?
No. I might watch the Jack Sparrow copy, but I did not see it in theaters. The way the first movie ended, it just it doesn't feel. I don't see any justification for a sequel to Black Phone. Have you seen Black Phone, the first movie? If you watch the first movie, I think you will understand why I say that. You cannot see a justified way of them doing a sequel to the first movie. The first movie I like. The first movie is good.
Okay.
It is a psychological horror movie, but it's more focusing on the psychological and less more on that and the supernatural and so forth. So it's not like a straight up horror movie, basically. So I'd still say, based on your threshold, watch it still during the day. But if you were to watch it, and Ethan Hawke does a really good job in it. or is it Christian? Or is it what?
I don't
Ethan
know. I've
Hawke?
never seen it. I like Ethan Hawke.
Hold on.
You know, it's a great Ethan Hawke movie.
Okay, I was right. I'm remembering correctly. I was making sure I didn't speak out of turn. But Ethan Hawke does a really good job in it.
Yeah. Do you know what's a great Ethan Hawke movie?
What?
Guess.
You wouldn't have watched Sinister, so I'm not going to guess that.
Gattaca.
I haven't watched that in years. I mean, when I say years, I mean years.
Gattaca is a great Ethan Hawke movie.
Mhm.
Yeah. I watch it every few years. My dad loved that movie.
Great Training Day. I'm on Training Day.
My dad loved that movie. So I was introduced to a lot of these movies from my dad and my brothers. But yeah, my dad liked that. I was like, ooh, this is a good movie. What is that movie? You don't know? Gattaca? Oh, you should watch it, Anthony. It's so good. It's really good. Oh, Dead Poet Society is very good too.
But like I said, Ethan Hawke does a really good job in Black Phone. But again, I did not see a justification for having a sequel. That's all I'm going to say to that. But like that. But again, like that's really the only movie that so far has done a decent job in October. Unfortunately for Roofman, because I liked Roofman. I wish that was doing better because I think that's a good movie. I don't think it was just marketed well enough for people to feel like they would spend the money to see it in theaters. But it's a good movie. It's a very bittersweet, very good but very bittersweet movie.
Oh my god!
What are you looking at?
What? Oh, nothing.
Anyway, that's all I really had. That's all I really had, chat, because we're a little past the 2-hour mark. And Beast of War, I am going to watch at some point. It is only on digital, but I am going to watch it at some point.
Someone just shared this with me. Police in California busted a Lego trafficking ring. Shelves of stolen sets and decapitated minifigures were found inside the suspect's home. Why did he have to take his head off?
Basically a black market Lego ring.
Black market Lego ring. Oh no. Why did he have to decapitate the Legos? The minifigs?
I don't know, but Saul says like, someone tell Rhino.
I know, Rhino. Oh. What
wow.
Lego trafficking? Are they stealing these Lego sets and reselling them? Like, I don't understand a Lego trafficking ring.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Is like, because it wouldn't be a trafficking ring if these were like they legitimately bought through like Overstock, something like that, basically, where you can go on sites like Overstock and auction sites because companies have like an overabundance of the product that they want to get rid of. That's not a trafficking ring. So you would have stolen sets. And how do you steal all these sets?
Look at the way they set up these Legos. It's like with the gun in front of them, with all of the magazines. Like it's like they set up drugs. You know when they do a drug bust and and they have like all the drugs,
weapons and
all the drugs and the weapons that they found on a table to present, and it's like a photo. That's what this is, except it's Lego.
Can you imagine the person coming in, like the forensics photographer coming in and being told, get shots of this for evidence, and like you're like, what the fuck?
Take a picture. We need to show. Kilmar Lego Garcia.
That's what I'm like just imagining. It's like, it's like I could be like the photographer's like, I could be like taking pictures of an actual crime scene, and you want me to take pictures of Lego sets.
This is their stuff. They got it. They found it. Oh, look, there's the Lego Game Boy. Oh, I want that. I want the Lego Game Boy. It's on my wish list, chat, on my Amazon wish list. Link is on my channel. My Amazon wish. It's on my wish list. I have
a couple Lego sets on my throne wish list, but the ones that I want are pretty expensive. So
I really want it. It's cool. It's really cool. Michael, you got it. Oh, that's neat. Yeah, I want it. This is funny though. Oh my gosh, the decapitated. The way they said it.
look at all those heads.
Decapitated minifigures. It sounds so awful. They decapitated all the minifigs. No.
Not the minifigs,
Not
no.
the minifigs, no. Look at all the heads. Look at all the heads. And the bodies are underneath it. Oh my goodness.
Anyway, Chad, we're gonna end on that. We're gonna end on the Lego trafficking ring. Next week, since I will not be available for the evening stream. I think next week we're skipping. And then returning on November 2nd on Steph's channel.
Yes. Yeah.
So I think next week what I should be able to do is like join Steph for Battlefield 6. But I won't be able to do Talk Nerdy in the evening.
Yeah, no Talk Nerdy next weekend. I'm going to be on Simcast. So since we weren't planning on doing Talk Nerdy, Chrissy Meyer asked me if I could do 2 dates, and since we're not doing it was either this weekend or next weekend, and we're not doing Talk Nerdy next weekend, so I'll be on Simcast over on Chrissy Meyer's channel. I haven't been on Simcast in a while. I think I've only been on twice. But yeah. I think like she asked, there was one time where she asked a bunch of us to send us DMs that we receive from simps, and I was like, yeah, I get nothing but hate because of all the bullshit that I put on Twitter. People fucking hate me. I was like, I don't have anything like that.
I'm not people's favorite either.
I was like, I don't have simps. Are you kidding?
No.
I was like, I have fucking hate, dude. I'm hating my DMs.
All right, but anyway, chat. Yeah, so no Talk Nerdy next week. Steph will be doing the Battlefield 6 stream, but then she'll be on the Simcast that evening. I'll be playing with Battlefield 6 with her. Oh, did you hear something about something called Kick Bounties?
Yes.
I'm probably next time I play Battlefield 6, I'm going to try playing as a medic because you can claim a Kick Bounty for reviving 20 teammates.
Yeah, so you have to, it's in the communities. So what you do is when you stream on Kick, you join their Kick Bounties community, and you put that in the community note. Like when you start your stream, you add that to it. So you want to stream to Kick communities. And you play as a medic and you revive like 20 team members. I don't know how long.
I had to stream to both Kick and Kick communities, or just Kick.
So I think it's one of the options when you're setting up your stream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's one of the options, but I did see that you'll be put in a pool of people to get a reward from Kick if you stream and revive 20 team members. I don't know if it's in a single life or if it's just like overall on your stream. I'm not too sure.
I don't know. It doesn't say single life. It just says I assumed overall, and says it's open and I guess until it says October 28th. Night at 7 p.m. Eastern. Until then, so I'm guessing that's like the you gotta claim.
Yeah, I only read the post, so like I haven't looked further into it. But I know that when we'll talk about it after the stream, because I know that like when you set up your stream, you can like add a community to stream to. Okay. So that's how you do it.
I will be streaming it at least next Sunday. Now, whether it's like for the Kick Bounties or whatever, but I'll be like streaming it at least Sunday, in the afternoon, and then maybe again Friday. Even though like Friday it'll be just to Kick and YouTube. But what I'm thinking about doing, before I give my outro, Steph, you want to let everybody know where else they can find you other than Simcast next week?
Just on my channel, on my YouTube channel, My Nerdy Home, and Twitter and Instagram. That's where you can find me.
Yep. And so what I'm thinking about doing this week, ladies and gentlemen, is playing Borderlands Monday and Wednesday, doing a reading stream on Tuesday, and Thursday doing a gaming stream, but replaying Massacre at the Mirage since it's the day before Halloween, and since I won't be able to stream on Halloween, since I'll be going to my brother's place to go trick or treating with my niece. Replaying Massacre at the Mirage. It's, I think, it'll be fun. Fun B-movie slasher homage game to play right before Halloween. So yeah, like the Halloween plans basically sold us like basically to go to my brother's place and trick or treat with my niece. So yeah, so like basically I'll be replaying Massacre at the Mirage Thursday evening, since I won't be able to do a gaming stream Friday evening because of the Halloween plans. Then Saturday, I don't know if I'm going to be able to stream in the afternoon on Saturday, but the watch party will be Hellraiser in the evening. So, oh well, maybe we can do a double feature, Trey. Maybe we can do a double feature if I can start the movies early, because Hellraiser is not that long, and neither is Phantasm. So if I can maybe start the one movie early, we can do a double feature Saturday. So I did not say what my Halloween costume is going to be. I've talked about it. So I guess what I can do is wear my Halloween costume while playing Massacre at the Mirage, since I won't be doing a Halloween stream. So I'll be dropping gamer words. Damien. But I'll be in costume Thursday evening, since it's right before Halloween. There's a Halloween themed game I can't remember the name of. It's like all sorts of spooky stuff happening right before Halloween when everybody's getting set up for it. That would be interesting. I don't care if it's cheaply done. I'm like gravitating more towards indie games now, because I've just become so disenfranchised with AAA games and studios that I've been gravitating more and more to like indie games, like particularly indie horror games. So, but that's the plan. But anyway, chat, thank you all for hanging out with us. Again, no stream next week. We'll be returning for Talk Nerdy the following week on November 2nd. Have a good rest of your day or evening wherever you are in the world, and we will see you all on our respective channels during this week. And if we don't see you before Halloween, have a happy Halloween, ladies and gentlemen. Good night and peace.
Bye.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.
What?
Oh my god. Oh my god, that was close. Mara. Oh no!
Oh my god, are you okay?
Mara, what channel is the stream on?
Mine!
You rampant slag.
Hey, just double checking. You cleared your calendar for dinner tomorrow night, right? I'm dying to go to that new place. Like, I can't. Oh, sorry. Dinner tomorrow. Me.
Yeah!
Okay.